on her, but if he's going to continue to do it for me, I might as well just sit down.
Kevin Costner and Christine Baumgartner will be back in court Wednesday to officially end their divorce battle after finally coming to an amicable agreement. Kevin Costner and estranged wife Christine are due back in court Wednesday, less than 24 hours after they announced they had agreed to an amicable settlement to end their divorce fight. The couple had been due to thrash it out over whether Baumgartner, 49, would be awarded $855,000 to pay her legal bills, something that has now been taken off the table. Nevertheless, the scheduled hearing is still due to go ahead, with Judge Thomas Anderold likely to be given details of the settlement prior to signing off on it. The warring couple made the shock announcement on Tuesday, saying in a statement, Kevin and Christine Costner have come to an amicable and mutually agreed on resolution of all issues pertaining to their divorce proceedings. According to TMZ, the agreement includes a bigger cash settlement for Baumgartner, who was originally to be paid a lump sum of $1.5 million and a year's worth of mortgage payments towards a home worth up to $1 million per their prenuptial agreement. The new settlement is likely to be similar to the one previously offered by Costner in a letter sent on June 30th, which would have paid her $75,000 a month in child support. The mom of three rejected that, wanting child support set at $161,000 a month, only for the amount to be halved following a hearing at the start of September. Baumgartner had also wanted to challenge the prenuptial agreement with a trial over its validity due to take place in December, although that will no longer happen. In court papers filed last week, the Yellowstone star's lawyer Laura Wasser said Baumgartner had failed to answer questions over whether she understood what she was signing before the couple's wedding, while Judge Anderold had already told the estranged spouses that the agreement could be enforced. The surprise settlement comes less than 2 weeks after Baumgartner vowed to fight on after a setback over child support that saw her temporary payments of $129,000 a month slashed in half to $63,000. In his decision, Judge Anderold said he approved the lower figure, which had been championed by Costner's team, because he believed the higher amount was disguised spousal support. On Tuesday, a friend told DailyMail.com that Baumgartner had agreed to settle because Costner has all the power. The friend explained, Christine didn't really have a choice but to settle because Kevin had all the power. Had she continued fighting, she would risk losing everything. Christine said it is what it is. That she won't miss going to court and having sleepless nights. She said for the kids it's a win because no child wants to go through this, let alone in public. She was the one who wanted to settle things outside of court in the first place. She never wanted any of this circus. It's been a living nightmare, and now she just wants to move on and start fresh and begin making her new house a home. The pair had previously looked set for a long and bitter divorce battle with flashpoints that included who pays for attorney's fees, how much child support Baumgartner should receive, and whether she should get alimony. Just last week, the ex-couple clashed in court papers over attorney fees, with Costner's lawyer Wasser pointing out Baumgartner had already been handed $405,000 to pay her bills. Disso Queen Wasser also accused Baumgartner of being unreasonable and said her constant legal maneuvers, the majority of which failed, had inflated costs for both parties. She also accused Baumgartner of failing to make a meaningful effort to resolve disputes before engaging in forced litigation. Wasser bristled when Baumgartner accused her ex of using highly litigious tactics, noting that the pair had been due to take part in a settlement conference, only for the glamorous blonde to insist on an evidentiary hearing that took place before the scheduled meeting. She fumed, Christine fails to inform the court that her settlement position through the months of June, July, and August was so unrealistic and frankly outrageous. Kevin had no hope she would be more settlement-oriented at the VSC, Voluntary Settlement Conference. Much of Baumgartner's testimony during the evidentiary hearing earlier this month had hinged on her being able to provide a lavish lifestyle for her 3 children comparable to that they enjoy while with their father. Despite renting a $40,000 a month property in Tony Montecito, Baumgartner said her new home is inadequate because sons Caden, 16, and Hayes, 14, would have to share a bathroom while daughter Grace, 13, would need to share hers with the house. She also bemoaned the pool house guest accommodation, saying visitors would need to come into the main house to shower, and hid out at the lack of beach access to which her children are accustomed. In his testimony, Costner said the property was comparable to his own luxury home and nearby Carpinteria, and said it even has features he would like in his own house. The court also heard details of the family's lavish spending, which totaled $240,000 a month in 2022. Expenses included $40,000 spent each month on flowers and gifts alone, although Costner's forensic accountant Tracy Katz pointed out the figure is for the entire family, including Baumgartner. Katz said Baumgartner was responsible for a host of big-ticket items, including $18,000 a month on medical bills, $18,855 on clothing, and $3,377 on beauty treatments. On top of that, Baumgartner was responsible for the lion's share of the $8,886 in cash taken out at ATM machines, according to Katz. Meanwhile, Kevin Costner's ex Christine seen out running errands after former couples settle contentious divorce. Kevin Costner's ex Christine was spotted running errands after they reached a divorce settlement. The mother of three was photographed outside a Trader Joe's grocery store in Montecito, California, Tuesday after news of her divorce settlement from the Yellowstone actor broke earlier that day. She wore leggings, sneakers, and sunglasses for the outing. People confirmed Tuesday that Christine, 49, and Kevin, 68, settled their divorce 4 months after she filed after 18 years of marriage. The two share 3 kids, sons Caden, 16, and Hayes, 14, plus daughter Grace, 13. Kevin and Christine Costner have come to an amicable and mutually agreed upon resolution of all issues pertaining to their divorce proceedings, a rep for the Oscar winner said in a joint statement for the duo. The terms of their settlement were not immediately clear, but TMZ, which first broke the news of the resolution, reported Christine would get more than the couple's prenuptial agreement provided. According to previous court documents which referenced the prenup, the former model was entitled to around $1.5 million. Kevin is relieved that this matter has been settled and will continue to focus solely on jointly raising their 3 children, a source told People Tuesday. The pair had a contentious legal battle over the past several months following Christine's May 1st divorce filing, in which she listed her date of separation from the actor as April 11th. Kevin and Christine have appeared in court to hash out details and payments over everything from the timeline of her moving out of their family compound in Santa Barbara to child support payments from Kevin. During a 2-day court hearing determining child support in late August, a judge set the monthly payments Kevin would pay Christine at $63,209, matching his proposed amount after she and her attorneys had requested $175,057, up from the $129,755 Kevin had been tentatively ordered to pay. After Christine's lawyer John Rydell said the oceanside lifestyle their 3 kids have enjoyed at their Santa Barbara home is in their DNA at this point, Kevin took the stand, where he said, in part, "My biggest concern is that the court orders me to pay child support that is above the needs of my children and for the needs of Christine." Christine also testified that she was considering going back to school for a college degree. "I will look into the steps I need to take and any schooling I need to do, and I will enter the workforce," she said on the stand about how she'll support herself in the future. Ahead of the news of their settlement, the exes were set to appear in court again this December to address the validity of their prenup.